Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Rob. Today we're going to be reviewing a fairly new deck. This deck came out about 2 months, 3 months ago. I just got it yesterday. It's not an unwrapping. I've already went through it. I already took a look at it. I don't really do unwrappings online, or I don't make videos with unwrappings. I like to first get a feel of the deck. I like to get to know the deck a little bit before I go and make a video. But this deck is by Federico Sales. It's called Supernova Tarot, and it is by Lo Scarabeo. Like I said, this came out about 2-3 months ago. I just got it yesterday, and so I thought I'd come on and do a review about it. It's a pretty cool deck, I have to say. It's different. It sort of gives you like a little bit of a realistic look, but not really. It's kind of like fantasy with real, with show. It has a little bit of Hollywood in it, 1920s Hollywood. It's a different deck. Let's get into it, you guys. This is the top of the box. This is the front of the box, of course. Side of the box, as you can see, it's by Lo Scarabeo. This is the back of the box, which is the same as the front of the box, and then there's the bottom of it. So this is one of those boxes that opens like this. And let me zoom out a little bit so we can work a little bit better. This is what the inside of the top part looks like. It's just black. It's one of those really sturdy boxes, you guys. So from Lo Scarabeo, this would be one of the most one of their more expensive decks, I should say. And you know, guys, I buy directly whenever I can, and I've said this in my other videos. Whenever I can, I buy directly from the seller, because I have bought on other websites in the past, and I've gotten replicas, and I wasn't too happy about that. So whenever I can, I go to the artist, not only because of the replicas, but I like to buy directly with them, or directly with the makers of the decks, to support them. Number one, sometimes they're just small artists just trying to sell their decks, and so I think it's important to support the artist directly. And or this is a big printing house, of course, Lo Scarabeo, but you know, for this particular instance, I am afraid of replicas. So even though it just came out not too long ago, you know, you'd be surprised how many replicas are out there. And so I always try to buy directly with the makers, or with the printers. This is what the inside of the box looks like. Pretty cool. It is pretty cool. Very, very cool. And of course, let's get into the cards. Let me show you what these awesome cards look like. Of course, like every deck by Lo Scarabeo, not every deck, but for the Lo Scarabeo decks, they come with this presentation. They usually come with this type of a book. And so let me read the introduction about this deck. I think you're going to find it interesting. And as you know, Lo Scarabeo decks, these ones come in English, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. Sometimes they add a couple of other languages, but most of the time, this is, or in most instances, these are the languages that they add. And then this is the introduction. Let me read that for you. It says, what more can be said about a medium that has been around for over 5 centuries? Federico Sales takes on the challenge of seamlessly blending the rich tapestry of human experience into the tarot, spanning from internal intricacies to aesthetic qualities, all with a noble aim: to make sure no one is left out in this contemporary version of the Arcana. It's a portrayal that deeply respects tradition while adding its own enriching flavor. Sally's worlds unfolds as a vibrant kaleidoscope of pulp colors, sailors, dance floor queens, and pop culture nuts, all underscored by a keen sensitivity to differences, the integration of every imaginable genre, and a recognition of human vulnerabilities that morph into sources of strength. Pretty cool. And it is, like I said, this is not an unwrapping. I've already went through the deck, and so I will of course get into the images, but it is very diverse and it includes almost everybody, like he says here. The book is pretty straightforward: how to read the tarot, spread techniques, some spread stairs, and then it goes into the major arcana, and of course it goes into the minor arcana after that. And so that's pretty much the book. And then it goes into the other languages, and that's what the book is all about, you guys. That's the back of it, that's the front of it. So let's get into the cards. Of course, if you know Lo Scarabeo, they always include this card. It's an advertisement card as I see it. This is the introduction card. And this is the deck, you guys. It's not gilded, as you can see. It is, the back is pretty cool, and it is reversible. So if you read upside down and right side up, this is a good deck for you to have. And in terms of the paper quality, you guys, it's pretty good. The cards slide really well. It's paper quality is really, really good. It's kind of on the thicker side, which I'm really happy about. And it just slides really, really well. This is how I shuffle. Many of you know that. And so paper quality is excellent. If we do a fan situation, it's also amazing, as you can see. So for paper quality and practicality, this deck is amazing. If we look at the quality of the cards, if we look at the printing, this is a very shiny deck, you guys. So if you like shiny, this is a great deck to have. You get some fingerprints here on the back side of the cards because it is black or darker colors, but it really doesn't matter. And I don't usually like shiny decks, but I have to say that this deck, it goes really well with this deck, you know, and I'm sort of changing my mind when it comes to shiny, because I think that the shine really applies well to some decks, depending on the theme, of course. And for this particular theme, I think the shininess goes really well. I couldn't see this deck on a mate, to be honest. So um, it's really cool. It's borderless, as you can see, which I really like. Here it sort of has a border, but here not. And if you pull a couple of other cards, you see this is the Hierophant, but it is it's very cool. In terms of size, the size is regular as a RWS. I think it's a little bit bigger, actually. Let me just pull out a RWS card and compare it. Yeah, I think this one is a little bigger. Yeah, so it's the same height. It's the same height, but it's a little bit fatter or wider, well, however you like to say that. And so that's that. So the size is pretty good. And like I said, in terms of manageability, this deck is really wonderful. And so if you're looking, it's a little bit on the thicker side, but if you're looking for a good deck to shuffle, this one will do it. Also, as we just mentioned, fan situation is wonderful. And let's get into some of the cards, you guys. Let's look at some of these cards together. Because it is a very inclusive deck. And honestly, you guys, this is one of the reasons why I got it. Because it's hard to find, it's not hard, but there's not a lot of inclusive decks out there. And so whenever I find one, I really go for it. And this one is just one of those. Let's look at some of the images. Let's look at some of the cards. What do we have here? We have the Page of Pentacles. And so I love the drawings or the images. I don't think these are drawings, but I think these are images. And I just, I love them. I think the colors are really beautiful and they stand out. They're sort of modern, like I said, but it also gives me that 20s sort of the golden Hollywood years sort of a feeling. It's got that sort of feeling to it. But it's very much it's very much in the Rider Waite Smith. It really stays along those lines, but with its own twist. And so this is a deck that is chatty. This is a deck that is different. This is a deck that just sort of gives a lighter side to tarot. I I um I like it. I haven't used it for divination, but I will be using this deck. I'm really happy that this is on my collection. This one is the Four of Pentacles. And you see here, it's like, look at the boots of this character sitting here, and it looks like maybe he is, in the city somewhere. And I love the boots. The platforms are like pretty fabulous, as they say. So I like that. I like the twist of it. I like the feminine, masculine, and in between of this deck. I think it's really cool. And so for that, I'm very happy. And what do we have here? We have the Six of Cups. This is a pretty traditional Six of Cups, actually. Um, you get like an older boy. You get the cups here with the flowers on them. So that one is pretty much standard. Here you have the Queen of Cups. You see, it gives you that 20s feel, right? The 20s feeling. It's got that Art Deco sort of feeling to it. I think it's pretty cool. And so that Hollywood sort of Art Deco feeling. Look at this Wheel of Fortune. I thought that this was really cool. It is a very unusual Wheel of Fortune. I've never seen a Wheel of Fortune like this. And I like that they use the Wheel of Fortune that they use in the show, The Wheel of Fortune. And so I like that the character here is blue. And I like the shoes and I like the outfit. And, the Wheel of Fortune has the rainbow colors on it. So I think it's really cool. Really, really cool. Let's pick some other cards to just get a feel. Here's the Queen of Pentacles. Really cool, right? It's like sort of an Indian, sort of Middle Eastern figure. It's a queen, It's the Queen of Pentacles. It's a different Queen of Pentacles. What do we have here? Oh yeah, I was looking at this card, and I think this is so cool. This Ace of Wands. I love the armbands, and just the way that this image has motion in it, and it's the Ace of Wands, and it's pretty cool. Let's go through some of the cards because they're really, really fabulous. This is the King of Pentacles. Pretty cool King of Pentacles. It also has that maybe a little bit of a circus style to it. So when you look at it, they're stylish. It's got a little bit of show in it. It looks like theatrical. It looks, it looks like it could be a runway show as well. It's a really cool deck. Let's pull some more. Yeah, the Eight of Cups. This is a very traditional Eight of Cups. I like how the moon has a face. That's very, very, very cool. King of Cups. You see this King of Cups? I mean, it's just, it almost looks like he has makeup on. He has the really long hair. It's one can say that this looks like a very gay image. Really, I love the heart on the top. It's just I like it. I think it's very nice. What is this one? The moon. The moon is also cool. I like that she's crying, you know? So I think this is a chatty deck. I don't know if I would use this deck. What is this? The High Priestess. Very cool. What is she doing? She's lighting a cigarette. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but she's about to light a cigarette. Very cool. I love it. It's sassy. It just it's sassiness, and it's very, very cool. The star, that's a pretty traditional star image. Let's look at some of the major arcanas, because the Hermit. Don't you love that Hermit? This is really, really cool. So it's got that really modern feeling, that 20s sort of modern feeling with Art Deco in it. It's just, it has a little bit of Picasso in it. It has a little bit of Dali in it. It just, yeah, yeah. I don't I don't know how else to describe it. This is Judgment. Wow, this is a very, very different Judgment. I've never seen a Judgment card like this. But she's definitely calling them out and say, over here, and they're getting ready to dance. So it looks like they're getting ready to get on stage. So it's very cool. I don't know how, if I'm gonna do I think this is a deck that I would pull out with my friends. Look at this Three of Cups. I mean, that's totally that looks very cabaret. That looks very gay to me. And so I think this is a deck I would pull out when I'm having a get together with friends or something like this. I think that would be very much a cool deck to pull out and just and have fun with. Because I think you can have a lot of fun with this deck. I think this deck is meant for fun. So with that being said, you guys, let's just pull one more. What do we have here? We have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, that's a different Ten of Pentacles. I don't know that um, I don't know that this card really speaks to me, but I know what the Ten of Pentacles is. And I mean, there's the dogs, there's the older men, there's the family figure there, so it does make sense. But this is a fun deck, you guys. If you're looking to have fun, if you're looking for a deck that is inclusive, if you're looking for a deck that's going to really call for a good time, I think this is the deck that you might want to consider. So I don't know that I would be using this deck for not a serious, but for a reading or with somebody that is really looking for answers. I don't know that I would use this deck for that, but I would definitely use this deck um, on a get together, like I said, at a get together, and just sort of have fun with people. Because I don't, this deck is not a deck that I think I would like. Look at that Devil card. I don't know that this is, this is sort of like a scene from a drag queen movie. Um, I don't know that this would really talk about uh, the devil in as in a warning way, or something like this. So a fun deck. This is a deck that I would definitely use for a party or for a get together and to have fun with my friends. So you guys, with that being said, I'm going to set the cards here. We're going to do a walkthrough as I always do. So as I always say, sit back and enjoy the ride. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed that. That was the Federico Sales Super Terranova Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave your messages. I love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. And as I always say, you guys, until the next time,